Hello there, this is Marcio, and this video is part of a series of reflections about coding with agents in this current chapter, I would say, of the AI days, artificial intelligence days. And so I here caught myself again coding interfaces to help me build other interfaces, intermediary systems, I would say. Okay. So here's an example where, so I have this system to contextualize the business case and needs of a product founder, I would say. Okay. I have here a website, right? So I'm a manager of a platform for making sites, okay, for professionals, but there are also agencies like this is Tabak Artwork, it's a marketing agency. And then we have, for example, Silvia Leite. Silvia Leite is an author in Brazil. By the way, she's the creator of the popular, this is equivalent to cheesecake in Brazil. She invented the this dessert, the torta holandesa or the Dutch pie. It's an amazing story there. But so you have other sites, right? That's just the case for you. For instance, this is Larissa's website, okay? Psychologist, now living in Belgium. Okay. Now, all right. So sometimes I have here's the situation, right? Because you're developing a platform for multiple websites, sometimes you create something like an update, and this update is driven by the customer case, right? The client case. And this update changes the structure of the database of the information system. And then the question is, first, should we replicate the new addition, the change across all the other sites? Yes or no? And after that, we have a complication, which is how we do that, right? Now, you see, I don't have a system here that I knew beforehand all the actual database architecture, because I think the most of us developers know by now that we live in a world like the writer's world, which is you just achieve clarity as you go, right? About what's the information architecture going on here and how we manage this information architecture, because things are changing and things are evolving, all right? So then, because I have a structure of files, all right? For instance, if I take an example here, it's difficult for you to see there um, in this. Yeah, I can't yet zoom my recording system here. Very soon, this recording system is going to be able to zoom it. But you see, there is this directory structure that I'm opening folders there on the right hand side, right? So that's basically, this allows me to look at the directory of a given site, okay? And, imagine that because of this customer, so the actual site that you see here, right, is this. And this site is this. So if I open the database, I can see some of the files on the right hand side there. And if I pick a file, for example, I see in the middle area. So this allows me, to navigate through different customer databases and look at the files. And then if I look and compare, I'm going to see that they change in terms of the architecture of information. Now, with that complication, the need for replicating certain things and checking against all the other sites if they're already update, I came up with this the idea of uh, cards. Okay, so now cards are responsible for making sure that we're labeling a given change in terms of a specific file for one site, and then A, B, I'm electing a given change as good, and B, having an option. So if I open, for instance, footer card here, right? I can see my card. Oh yes, so that's there's this version of the file there. The other option is I type check and it navigates across all the websites, and the middle panel here is in case it finds errors because there is a checking infrastructure, validation infrastructure going on there. This stage, the third stage is maybe the file doesn't exist, right? So one thing is the file exists. Two things. The second thing is, oh, is this validation correct? So in this case, it's all good, no fail. Now for another file, the links card again, which is by the way in version 2, I can do a check. Oh, all good. Let's say for the profession card of sites, check, all good. For the sitemap, check, all good as well. Very nice. So that's one thing. But now today, right, I realized that some cards, because we have a card there on the left hand side, but what is this really a card, right? It's not a card. It's what means a card. A card is a kind of inspector responsible for a checklist. If are we updated here, right? Are we good here? So this no now I'm this is the first time I said that recording this video. This is an inspector, right? Chief inspector, card inspector. So now today I wanted to check articles, and articles is different structure because for the footer I have one element in the database. For articles I have, like, let's say there's one site with 1100 articles. It's a lot, right? And how, I mean, the card ID, the inspector, the when I created this inspector, I created it for checking one little file in against all these different customers, not to check a collection of files against all the customers. So now today, coding with AI and coding with agents, I came across this need to update this system because I needed what I call the level 2 inspector. Now I'm calling inspector, right? The level 2 card, it's the multi-level, right? And I didn't even test this yet. I'm just reading the screen because this was like giving the spec to the AI. Right? So when I look at this multi-level one, and by the way, I did ask for different colors, right? So I have inspectors blue style and I have inspectors red style. So inspector multi-level level 2 red style is responsible for traversing the articles database and for star all the articles that it finds, looks for index.json file, that's a file, and verify. That description is weird. Verify multiple files per site. Uh, let's see. Should I? Uh, every day now coding with agents like Codex. Uh, you know, it freaks me out because it will happen, right? The day. But just creating the card means nothing. Yeah, there's no writing operation here as far as I know, right? So I'm gonna create the uh, article article meta article meta article meta. Okay, checks for the meta for an article. That's the meta information, right? And I created the card. Now, this is new. I never saw the screen. On the left-hand side, I have the darker red. Ooh. And if I open, oh, yeah, I see. No card defined yet. So if I go after a, say, this business, this site, and and then I go there. Oh, I see. And I type there. Oh, that's visualizing. I didn't even understand. Oh, how do I do that? Yes. Oh, I see. The card was created. I remember it now. Now, if I visualize the meta for a given file, and I don't think that's the most up to date one, I probably need actually to look at Wiplex, right? And then articles, and I enter here one article. Yes, now I have what I think is an updated one. Hmm. Yes. Now I will select. I'm gonna apply that to a article meta card, and I'm generating a new version. Now I open there and I check. Ooh, I never did this. So it went through all all the files of different businesses. Oh whoa. Oh, I wasn't even expecting. I imagine if I had 1,000 sites here. Mm, good, good. And it didn't find articles in a number of 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 clients. Wow. So this see, I'm actually being able to debug, right? To see what's going on. That's kind of an X-ray view, right? I mean, I could use here, we could use AI to do this, right? But if you sort of know what you're doing, you can also use AI to give you the UI for doing something, right? And that's pretty special because it's sometimes we want to replicate precision, right? One thing is designing things, the other thing is harvesting or implementing or building in a given structure direction, right? I'm gonna close this video for now because this is enough for the reflection. Thank you very much.